Auckland is the largest city in New Zealand and is located on the North Island. It has a population of about 1.4 to 1.5 million people. The golf courses I visited are just north of Auckland. New Zealand has approximately 393 golf courses. It ranks second, only behind Scotland, in the number of golf courses per capita. Many of the golf courses sit along the ocean, as you can see in this picture. This golf course, although dramatically looking and has a tremendous view, on the day I visited only would charge you $10 for a round of golf. One interesting thing I found in the managing of the vast majority of golf courses here in New Zealand is that the staff usually is 2 to 4 people, which includes the golf course superintendent. And there may be volunteers from the club who may help out on certain days with mowing or whatever. But again, very small staffs running 18-hole golf courses. Top-end golf courses like Carey Cliffs, shown here, or currently the newly constructed Tom Doak design golf course, will have a staff of 16. One of the interesting management practices that I noticed to account for these fairly small crew sizes of 2 to 3 people is that the greens would have 2 cups set. Here you can see this gentleman chipping to the pin placement of the day. But if you look over here, you can see a second cup set. This will serve for tomorrow's pin placement. So tomorrow when come out to mow the greens, a single person will mow it, move the flag to that hole, and if you have golfers ready to play, they'll begin to play to that position. And while they're doing that, the person will set the following day's pin placement somewhere else on the green, just not to slow up play and account for relatively longer times it takes around to maintain the golf course. The turf grass species found on putting greens are either creeping bent grass, Poa annua, or annual bluegrass, or a combination of those two grasses. And in some instances, colonial bent grass is found on greens. To maintain colonial bent grass, one of the interesting theories they use to establish and maintain it is called the acidic theory, which basically means you keep the soil pH at a very acidic status, thus discouraging the annual bluegrass. Annual bluegrass, or Poa annua, shown here on this putting green surface, is a controversial grass species. Whether we should try in New Zealand to control it or maintain it is always an ongoing battle. Many of the courses that have annual bluegrass greens in the northern island, and probably mostly in the southern island, that are comprised of annual bluegrass tend to be maintained as annual bluegrass greens. On fairways, cool season grasses tend to predominate. Saw quite a bit of perennial ryegrass and annual bluegrass on fairways. Further south, although I didn't visit those courses, you might find creeping bentgrass. The predominant warm season turf grass species that you will find on fairways is kikuyu grass, which is shown in this picture on this fairway. On many of the golf courses, fairway irrigation systems do not exist, and if they do, oftentimes they are a single row. During the summer, many of the golf courses just let the fairways dry out and go dormant. The diseases in New Zealand are similar to those found in the United States. This is a picture of anthracnose on an annual bluegrass bentgrass green. You can see the bronze, yellow, orangish type of spots, characteristic of anthracnose. One disease that occurs too is Sclerotium rothschild, or we call southern blight. This disease infects annual bluegrass creeping bentgrass putting greens. And I rarely see it in our area of the Midwest, but it is quite common during the summer months in New Zealand. Although I wasn't there during the summer, this picture was given to me by Peter Boyd. This concludes my presentation on some of the golf courses found in New Zealand.